Am I live? Am I live? I think I'm live. Welcome, everyone, to another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. I'm Atmadarshan or Laura. Oh, I have my assistant here, Oliver, off to the side. And I have another special friend off to this side. As I'm recording this, it's Leap Day. It's February 29th. And that gave me an idea for today's topic. We're looking at Lord Shivji, I'm always doing the wrong side, in his various forms. Shiv himself, in a yogic context, is a form given to an abstract concept, which is consciousness. How do we dress up consciousness in our lives? Well, some people, it looks like this. But there are many other forms. And here in the West, we can have our own form related to consciousness. What does that look like for us? Artificial intelligence, for example, seeing consciousness in our cars. I name my car. It works better that way. So Shiv as consciousness, interesting, he produces time. If you see statues of Shivji, especially in his four-handed forms, one hand, like yesterday, will almost invariably be in Abhay Mudra, don't fear. The other hand, one of the other hands has a drum. And that drum is the drum of time, the vibration that sets up the arrow of time and entropy in our cosmos. And as such, Shiv, in this form of master of time, is known as Kaleshwara. Kali or Kala is time, and Ishvara is master of. And I thought of this form today on Leap Day because, Leap Day is kind of an artificial construct, but maybe it gives us the feeling of more time, like those of us who do daylight savings. And then in the fall, we fall back and we get that extra hour. And we're like, yes. And this just kind of reflects many of us in the West in our relationship to time. This can be a huge barrier to Samatvam, to feeling like we have equanimity. This barrier around time is, we've been taught it's our enemy in some ways. We talked in a previous video about with aging, we might feel our time is running out, like Arjun, who is well into his 50s by the time this battle is fought. But even from a young age, we're taught that time is the enemy. It's becoming extreme, pack as much as you can into your schedule or your kids' schedule, or make sure your kids get into this preschool, not just on time, but early. Early development. It's as if we're always racing against time instead of looking at its positive benefits. In fact, I challenge you right now to think of one positive benefit of time. Time's up. And yes, we see this even on game shows. Time's up. You have to do all that. And we create this anxiety around time, whereas Shiv consciousness is said to be unchanging and beyond the reach of time. But if we start identifying with that consciousness, which is part of ourselves and represented in whatever form we'd like to picture it, such as Shiva, then we also become masters of time, not afraid of it. And we are able in some ways to create more spaciousness in our lives, especially spaciousness for the things that matter, such as a spiritual practice or our loved ones, or just enjoying life. I've heard more than one spiritual teacher say, the goal of life is to be happy, not to get things done. We're human beings. I'm sure you've heard this. We're human beings, not human doings. Well, today might be a really good time to examine our relationship to time and time. A brief story that could be much longer from the Mahabharata is at the end of this war that starts with the conchs blowing in the Bhagavad Gita. A woman comes up to Krishna and says to Krishna, If you are really the divine, you could have stopped this war. You did not. As a result, all my sons are dead. Now I curse you that in a certain number of years, all your family will also fall dead. And then the woman instantly repented of saying this. She's like, what have I done? I've cursed another being with this horror and this anguish. And Krishna smiled and said, no, you've actually helped me. You've let me know when my time is up. And you've given my family and I a way to release ourselves from the material bondage of this world and go back to our timeless selves. So don't fear of high, which you can do again today. Or if you would like to become Lord of Time, to have a more positive relationship to it, Kaleshwara mudra, which I love. And I love how Joseph Page describes this in his seminal book on mudras. It's hard to see from this angle. I might go around behind, but hands start kind of like an Anjali mudra and separate. The index fingers come down and the thumbs too, like you're making a heart. And the middle two fingers join, the other ones just rest. I'll try to do it from the back. We'll see how this goes. Oh, that's hard. So thumbs. Yeah, the last two fingers just go however you want to let them. They can touch, they can hang. Okay, there's the heart in front. And one of the things Joseph Lepage writes in his book is that when using this mudra and thinking about our relationship to time, he has the affirmation, when wisdom joins with compassion, that heart, but then the timeless wisdom of the fingers reaching up. When wisdom joins with compassion, then change happens, especially in the realm of time. Can we become more compassionate today? In our country, feeling like you've run out of time is so much responsible for so many traffic accidents, people running red lights, speeding, cutting other people off, and then fights. Can you soften your relationship? Can you make time your friend? Let's find out today. Interesting. The bonus day for us in Cleveland is, I think, going to be the last day of real winter for quite some time. So bonus snow day. I have to keep the tech warm, so I will knock on the door halfway through the pose. See you soon. Here we go. If you'd like, you can contemplate your relationship to time or mentally repeat the mantra Om, which is said to be the sound formed by Shivji's drum. See you soon. Welcome back. Speaking of time, there's still time to join for Mahashivratri or for the weekly classes starting this week. Please see the link below. And today's practice is dedicated to Kaleshwara, also to Andrea and Freddie. May you enjoy your time together. May you enjoy your time. May you view time as a friend. What will you do with your time today? Feel free to share that in the comments. And I'll see you same time tomorrow. Till then,